Hey, self healers, let's talk about those moments when you get a clear message, a clear signal, and that might come in the form of a sensation or an inner knowing, or you may have like the words pass through your mind, like, this is for you, or don't do this, right? Or something like that. Um, but then you immediately talk yourself out of it. So you get the clear message and then you convince yourself that you didn't, that it was probably nothing, that it was just a coincidence, or that you're probably just being dramatic. If that sounds familiar and you dismiss your intuitive knowing, your intuitive wisdom, your innate wisdom, the signals and sensations that are communicating with you clearly, intuitively, the problem is not that your intuition is wrong or that you're not capable and that you don't embody the gift of intuition. You're a human being. You certainly do. The problem is that your nervous system is protecting you. It's creating some resistance to what you're receiving. And it's likely an old protective pattern, something that helped you cope and survive in the past. And it could be something that has to do with uncertainty about things like intuition, like the unseen or unknown aspects of spiritual practices, like receiving intuitive signals or communication. It could also just be something like a deeply rooted fear of a consequence related to being right or wrong about what you've received. And I want to explain that. I think a consequence. So fear of a consequence. It would be like fearing something that you learned in the past from feedback or experiences, like in the negative form of feedback. Like you learned that something wasn't safe. Maybe it's not safe to be wrong. Maybe it's not safe to be right about something that's a mysterious, like intuition. Um, it could also be something like maybe you were really intuitive as a child and you said things that freaked people out. So you got a lot of feedback that from scared adults, like, "Oh, you're freaking me out," kind of a thing, and you learned maybe don't say those things. Um, oh, it could also be something like having to be hyper aware of the mood or the tone of the people in your environment in order to cope and survive. So, you know, you were really tapped into picking up subtle information and being aware of things. And, maybe it brings up a fear that was relative back then but isn't so relative now. All right. It's also possible that you receive negative feedback or feelings about being right, being wrong, or about being intuitive in the past, things like shame or, you know, any kind of shame about being right or wrong about something. Maybe you were better to just be silent. That's how you coped and survived. And when we were silenced in our childhood or in past situations or relationships, when we have to silence our voice to survive, sometimes that results in us having a pattern of silencing our inner voice, our inner wisdom, or our intuition. And even certain things in the past that might have created a repetitive experience or feedback that made you feel like you might lose some part of yourself or lose a sense of safety or lose an actual connection with someone, either because of your intuitive gifts or honestly because of communication or, just pretty much anything. There's 1,000 reasons at least that I could probably sit here and list that might cause you to dismiss or shut down or not trust your own inner knowing. And on top of it, I'm going to mention this one before I switch back to what I was talking about. Now that I've gone off the rails here. Another reason that you might talk yourself out of things, talk yourself out of your intuition, not trust it, is because we live in a culture that's trained us to dismiss our feelings, our inner knowing, in favor of logical thinking. There's nothing wrong with logical thinking, but honestly, intuition and emotions come together. So into like logical thinking and creative thinking, literally those two things together combined are the fuel of intuition. So it's not an either or. You don't have to always just be logical. You don't have to shut down your emotions to make everybody comfortable. And it's okay to use creative thinking or intuitive knowing. Just find that balance. That's where intuition lies. But all of these things that may or may not have happened in the past can contribute to us having a pattern of not being able to trust what we feel inside, what we know, or what wisdom or intuition is telling us. All right, and just all that, along with being a human being in a stressful world of distractions and overwhelm, the weight of responsibility that can create dysregulation and chronic stress patterns and a disconnection from our body that also disconnects us from our intuitive wisdom. So all of these reasons that I've just listed could resonate with you, could make sense, it could be a cause, and there could be 1,000 more reasons if you find yourself dismissing your inner knowing or intuition. But whatever the cause of that dismissal, talking yourself out of what you know inside is likely the result of a lack of self-trust, lacking the ability to discern because of nervous system regulation. The nervous system really has to be supported. It has to be supported and reassured so that it can be in alignment with our flow of innate wisdom and reconnect us fully with our body. So body, mind, spirit, all connected and aligned. If you're up here in your head and you're constantly stressed and worried and anxious and overthinking all the things, that's where you're going to spend your time and talk yourself out of it. When you are really in your body because your nervous system feels safe and supported, it aligns you with the flow of communication within you and from the universe and beyond. So what if I told you your body literally holds the key to developing an unshakable sense of self-trust and ability to discern and to receive intuitive messages and to act on them without questioning it or dismissing it? If you want to learn how, join me in this panel of amazing intuitive experts that I am presenting with in the Inner Guidance Summit online from wherever you are, June 13th through 15th. You can sign up for free, and I'll be sharing exactly how to use somatic practices to strengthen your connection to your inner guidance. So go sign up. The link is in the description of this video. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you at the summit. Join me there. Inner Guidance Summit coming up June 13th through 15th. Go sign up now. I'll see you there.